The Film and Publications Board, the FPB, says it is working on gaining access to the dark web to help stop illegal activities taking place there, such as child pornography. This week, the FPB spoke to the Select Committee on Economic Development and Trade about harmful content found on social media and other online platforms and how they plan to fight it. The PFB is a body that regulates online content to protect the public from harmful material, including content that promotes violence or hate. Its acting CEO, Ephraim Tlako, joins us live now. A very good afternoon to you, Mr. Tlako. Thanks very much for your time. Just a bit of a background to your meeting this week with the Select Committee on Economic Development and Trade. Was that a routine meeting, or did it arise out of concerns that the parliamentarians had and wanted clarity on?
Good afternoon, Vuyo, and good afternoon to the viewers. So this was a scheduled meeting with the Select Committee, and I guess coming from the concerns, obviously from parliamentarians, but also from the public on the mandate of the FPB and how then do we best then protect the public against harmful content.
What would you say are the issues that top the list of concerns from both the legislators and the public right now, especially around social media?
Thank you. So maybe just to give context and just to give background. So the FPB, through the Film and Publications Act, is mandated to regulate the possession, the distribution, and the classification of content. This includes films, games, and other publications. Key to that mandate is the protection against, prohibited and harmful content. And one of the such prohibited content is what we're referring to as child sexual abuse material. Yes, there are other prohibited content such as without the consent of the person in those images or films. So one of the key issues that is really concerning us, and I think is concerning legislatures as well, is the distribution of child sexual abuse material. And we have seen a lot of those cases in the media recently, and we're seeing an increase in some of those cases where children are then exploited online, their images and their videos either taken innocent, are then being traded online. There are those that are then producing such images, and there are those that are willing to buy for those images and then make money out of it. But this is something that is really concerning to us as an organization, and I guess it is concerning to the public in general.
Would you say you are on top of it?
Look, there's only so much we are doing. The legislation is enabling us, it is giving us teeth to act. We collaborating, we realize that this is not the work we can do alone. We collaborate with law enforcement agencies, we collaborate with partners and stakeholders across the globe, because we're realizing this is not work that only affects one jurisdiction. We are a member of the Global Online Safety Regulators Network, so that we can tap on the expertise and the skills that they have and sort of the lessons learned that they have. We then also, as part of our public education mandate, promoting online safety, we then engage with communities, we engage with our stakeholders, we go to schools where we teach kids at that young age and parents on how to protect themselves online, because legislation can do one thing, but it's all about how then do we act as a society. What are the things that we need to be careful? How vigilant are we supposed to be? And ensuring that we can protect ourselves, but most importantly, to protect children, because they are the most vulnerable ones. There are always people who are looking for those images, who are looking to take advantage of them.
Where would you say are the most challenges that are making it difficult to have a handle on this, or to deal with it as best as you possibly could?
The difficult challenges is that kids as young as 5, as young as 6, have access to devices, and these devices, these cell phones, are connected to the internet. And with that connection, and unfortunately, children are children, they're going to explore. What we are seeing, Vuyo, is that there's what we refer to as self-generated content. So they will take videos of themselves, they'll take images of themselves. And then because the phone is now connected to the internet, unknowingly, those images now get shared without them knowing. And this is where now what we're talking about, the dark web, where people are accessing these images without kids not knowing what they're doing. Parents sometimes also not monitoring what kids are doing. And those images, God knows where those images are ending up. And this has long-term consequences to the children, especially later on when they're grown up, they're realizing their images were now used for sort of for unintended purposes.
Are there jurisdictions that are able or that have a better handle on this problem than, say, us? And if so, what is it that they are doing that which we not doing or haven't been able to do up until now?
We are part of a network, like I've said, but we're also part of the international network of hotlines, the InHope network, where organizations across the world, and I must say these are mostly organizations within the EU or countries within the EU, that they because of the collaboration work that they have between law enforcement agencies, between schools, and then I mean in Australia, for example, they have an Online Safety Act, for an example. But so we are realizing that those within the EU space, those within Europe, have a better sort of relationship working among themselves. They are collaborating much better. Hence, we are taking lessons learned from them, and then we need to then learn a lot on how best can we then fight the scourge within our borders. But like I said, this is one issue that's not just affecting one jurisdiction, and hence it's important for us to work very closely with those that have lessons learned and then can be able to share those with us, because there could be images and videos that are generated in South Africa, but within seconds they find themselves outside of the country and vice versa. So it is very, very important for us to work very closely, but I must say it's those within the global north that we are seeing them doing very well in terms of collaboration. And in most of it, it's about collaboration and the literacy, digital and media literacy, ensuring that kids at a young age are sort of taught on how to protect themselves and how to be vigilant when they're interacting with the online environment.
International collaborations are crucial, but internally, are we doing that among ourselves? In other words, within and among departments and agencies within the country?
Yes, we work very closely, I must say, with various government departments, Department of Basic Education. When we go to schools, we work very closely with them in terms of how then can they incorporate our program into their program as well. So we have an integrated online safety program, which us as FPB and obviously with stakeholders within the Department of Communication and Digital Technologies, as sort of the law enforcement agencies, SAPS and National Prosecution Authority, also with the social development. But I must also say, Vuyo, that there's a lot of support we're getting from non-governmental organizations, the NPOs, who are saying from a civil society, we are here to assist. Please incorporate us into your online safety program so that we can then spread the message across. So I must say that there's a lot of work in terms of collaboration. And I must also commend some of the online platforms themselves. They really come to the party, and when we raise issues with them, they are able to assist us. And when we're raising out content that is harmful on their platforms, they are then willing to take down those content and ensure that their platforms remain safe.
Lack of resources is often a complaint that organizations like yours raise. I would imagine you're not an exception.
We are not an exception at all, Vuyo. So we're really doing our best with the resources we have. There's technological capabilities that we also need for us to sort of be much more proactive and intercept this supply chain network. There are a lot of skills that we also need, because we can only just get technology, but we need the skills to be able to be effective. We also then need, in terms of us having to reach the entire country, we can only do so much in terms of our outreach programs. They require a lot of money. So there's only so much that we're doing, but we're looking at alternative ways sort of using technology on how best can we spread the message. But definitely there's a lot that we need for us to be able to deliver on our mandate. But given the resources we have, we need to deliver a sort of the mandate.
Ephraim Tlako, let me thank you for your time.